got it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today, we got CJ, the fake blood behind Whoopty from the Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel, man. Why you have to violate my guy in the title like this, man? Now listen, the other day we did the video on 22 G's, and and it was actually in that video where one of the originators of Whoopty ended up saying that he didn't know who CJ was. They got no ties to him. So I don't know, man. We about to see what this video all about, man. I low-key already kind of had funny vibes about him, but I don't know, man. Let's get it.
CJ is a drill rapper from Staten Island who blew up last year with the hit song Whoopty, but since going viral, many question his street cred and accuse him of being fake and an industry plant. Let's get into the career and come up.
And can you blame us though? This nigga came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, this nigga, I never heard of this nigga before. Next thing I know, this nigga got a music video with 3 million views. Like, come on now. That quick, my guy?
Cred and accuse him of being fake and an industry plant. Let's get into the career and come up of CJ, the wannabe blood behind Whoopty. CJ first got the world's attention with his hit song Whoopty, which dropped July 30th, 2020 and peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The track instantly blew up thanks to the hard-hitting beat and viral music video, which showed CJ and his homies posted on the block, rocking red rags and shouting the catchphrase, Whoopty, a blood greeting call. The beat to Whoopty featured a sample from the Indian song, Sanam Re. This same sample was famously used in the beat for Exposing Me by Mimo 600 and King Von.
Give Chicago they motherfucking credit, nigga. I be telling y'all this. Y'all be in the comment. I be seeing a couple comments. You be like, man, stop giving Chicago all this credit. And most of y'all be like, yeah, I'm glad you give Chicago their respect. But to the niggas that's be saying that Chicago ain't influence everything, nigga, yes, the fuck they did. If you talking about rap nowadays, this a video for another day. I ain't gonna get into it with y'all niggas, man. I ain't gonna get into it with y'all niggas today.
This same sample was famously used in the beat for Exposing Me by Mimo 600 and King Von, which was also remixed by drill rappers like FBG Duck,
and
Ruga, and 22 G's.
Yeah.
So the song became an instant hit because of the familiar beat, generic bars, and catchy hook. Not long after it popped off, people began taking a closer look at CJ to find out if he was really Whoopty or just claiming for the clout. CJ grew up in Staten Island and comes from a Puerto Rican family. He started rapping as a hobby when he was 9, but took it more seriously at 14 when he started dropping tracks on SoundCloud and YouTube. He had a few tracks on SoundCloud before blowing up with Whoopty, including a song with the OG fake blood 6ix9ine called Pop. But
nigga, that should have been the first red flag right there, nigga. Already, like, the thing with 6ix9ine was so much of a, I feel like when he first came out, he was the most talked about, obviously because of, his rainbow hair and the face tattoos and all that shit. But what he was claiming, it was kind of like, come on, man. Like, you kind of, as fans, we kind of saw through it. And then, of course, when the whole case came out, we was kind of like, yeah, we figured as much.
For Whoopty, including a song with the OG fake blood 6ix9ine called Pop. But none of these tracks made much of an impact online or even in New York City. He self-released the track Whoopty in July 2020 using the beat he found on YouTube and became an overnight success. He later signed to Warner Records and Cruise Control Entertainment. But here's where the accusations of CJ being an industry plant first started. The CEO of Cruise Control Entertainment, James Cruz, is also CJ's uncle. CJ said multiple labels reached out to him, but Warner offered the best situation, probably because he had family members in high positions at the company. His uncle James Cruz is a music mogul who has deep connections in the industry. He worked for Reebok in the 90s before making the transition into music and working for Bad Boy. Cruz got close to Puffy and ended up running his entire organization. He worked with Combs Enterprises for almost 10 years before leaving to start his own Latin-focused music marketing firm.
And it's like I feel a certain type of way about this because it's a lot of people that really put in a lot of time with this music stuff, and they hope to really make it. You don't have no connections. 99% of these dudes out here that's rapping and putting out music, doing all they can to further their brand, they have no industry connections, man. So yeah, just off of the strength that, this is his family right here that worked with Diddy, got strong ties in New York and in the music industry. Yeah, this nigga damn near an industry plant. Not even damn near, this nigga is an industry plant pretty much. Like, nigga, you pretty much got handed the contract. That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Combs Enterprises for almost 10 years before leaving to start his own Latin-focused music marketing firm.
I mean, more power to you if you able to do that for your people. Hey, more power to you though, but I'm just saying,
So CJ seemed like the perfect project for his Uncle James, who was looking for the next big Latin star to take over New York. At first, CJ had a more melodic, auto-tune heavy approach to rapping, but this ain't attract much attention. CJ just wanted the clout, and he wasn't trying to spend the next decade grinding in the music industry to make a name for himself.
That's crazy.
So he took notes from 6ix9ine's playbook and started making aggressive drill tracks, flaunting his alleged gang ties. To his credit, it worked, and Whoopty was one of the biggest songs in New York in the summer of 2020. The track went viral on TikTok too, which boosted its popularity. Plus, it got a major push on radio and other outlets thanks to the ties from his Uncle James. So overnight, CJ went from an unknown rapper to one of the biggest up-and-coming stars in New York. But all the attention also brought questions from fans about who this new rapper was, as well as the gang he was from. He's clearly claiming blood from the bandanas and the use of the term Whoopty, but the lyrics to the song are pretty basic and don't say what borough or what set he's from. This is when rumors went around that CJ ain't really who he claimed to be and was just another clout-chasing rapper using gangs to blow up in the music industry. Whoopty's not a phrase that CJ made up. It's a common word used in the Bronx by the Bloodhound Brim. CJ crossed the line when he did an interview with Genius where he claimed credit for the word Whoopty. He said that it was a term he invented and used with his homies. He even went as far as filing a trademark for the phrase so no one else could use it for commercial purposes.
What?
This upset the Bloodhound Brims, who had been using the word for years and wanted proper credit for creating it. Bloodhound Brims founder, LaBrim, even called in from prison, calling out CJ for taking the term and not giving proper credit. LaBrim was sentenced to 30 years in prison back in 2019 in connection to his leadership of the Bloodhound Brims. Even though he's locked up, he still tapped in with what's going on in the streets and had to set the record straight about who really started Whoopty. He gave CJ props for making the hot song, but accused him of stealing the word Whoopty from the Bloodhound Brims and denies having any affiliation with the rapper.
So first and foremost, CJ made a hot song, but the content that he used is not his content. So his foundation is based off a lie. He's not Whoopty. He don't know nothing about Whoopty. He just seen a fly splash and he jacked it.
He called him out.
Nah, look, you know, LaBrim, you know, he in prison right now. These niggas really put in time behind their gang, which is why they sitting. He got 30 years. This nigga got 30 years because of the work he put in. How would y'all feel if you put in all this work on the street? You will probably never see the light of day and somebody come out of nowhere and trademark your shit and ain't even affiliated with your gang that you put all this work into. How would you feel about that? Nigga, I would be hot. All credit to you. You put out, a damn, you know, a song that charted, but come on, man. For him to put a trademark over that, that's grimy. That's grimy, man. That is.
He just seen a fly splash and he jacked it.
He called him out for claiming the set and lifestyle that he and a bunch of other Brims are serving decades in prison over. He says the only reason the song was hot in the first place is because of the respect they built in New York, but he's disrespecting the Brims by saying he created the word. He makes it clear he ain't beefing with CJ or saying he gonna do something to him, but he had to set the record straight about where Whoopty started. This hurt CJ's street cred, and after that, more gang members and other New York drill rappers started questioning his affiliations. G5 Reels, a rapper affiliated with LaBrim, also hopped on live to call out CJ for being a fake blood with no ties to the Bloodhound Brims and for copywriting the term Whoopty, even though he never put in any work for the set.
First you made the song Whoopty, then you make the song Bop. That's all our shit, boy. And you still not trying to pay homage? Then you gonna copyright our shit? You copyright our shit? Like, yo boy, your head not good.
The Bloodhound Brims was one of the most violent gangs in New York before being taken down in a major gang indictment in 2016. They operated in various locations in New York City, as well as Westchester, Elmira, and Pennsylvania. They was accused of trafficking massive amounts of crack, cocaine, and heroin throughout the state of New York and Pennsylvania. A lot of Bloodhound Brim leaders was later arrested in a RICO indictment and charged with crimes that included racketeering, murder, attempted murder, drug trafficking, and assault. The Brim started in Los Angeles, but later branched out to New York in the early 90s. Like most blood sets in NYC, the Brim started in prison at Rikers Island and then spread out to the streets later on. There's multiple Brim sets in New York that make up what they call the Blood Brim Army. During the height of their rise, the Brims was behind a lot of wild crimes that eventually led to their downfall.
Them niggas back in the 90s, them gangs, man. Gangs nowadays are a lot different. I mean, they still, you know, they still be out there drilling and all that. But back then, the war on drugs was so heavy. Niggas, it was damn near like a cartel all throughout the U.S. in L.A., New York, shit, Florida. Like, niggas be getting heads chopped off, bodies cut up and shit. Like, nowadays, you know, niggas just shooting. But back then, like, this shit was way more personal. War on drugs since then is ended. It ain't no war on drugs no more. Now it's just about, you know, territory. Music also plays a big influence in this shit now, but yeah.
To the streets later on. There's multiple brim sets in New York that make up what they call the Blood Brim Army. During the height of their rise, the Brims was behind a lot of wild crimes that eventually led to their downfall. In 2012, Lil Brim and another Blood member named Don P got arrested for a shootout at a chicken spot in the Bronx where they allegedly fired at ops with an AK-47.
God damn.
Lil Brim was later found guilty of attempted murder for the crime, which was one of the events that led to his 30-year sentence. In 2014, a Brim leader named Kevin Melton made headlines after kidnapping the father of one of the prosecutors who was responsible for locking him up for life.
I ain't gonna fuck with these niggas.
To get revenge, Melton went after one of the prosecutors who was responsible for convicting him. He set it all up using a cell phone he snuck into jail and ordered 5 members to kidnap the prosecutor, but they ended up going to the wrong address and instead kidnapped their father, Frank Jansen. The gang kidnapped Jansen from his crib in Atlanta, then called his wife and told her they was gonna torture and kill her husband if she ain't follow their demands.
What?
But the FBI was able to intercept a call between Melton and the kidnappers and found Jansen at an apartment complex in Atlanta. So the Brims was responsible for a wave of terror, not just in New York, but all over the country. This eventually led to the indictment that took down many high-ranking members of the gang, including Lil Brim. But even with most of their leaders locked up, the Bloodhound Brims are still well respected in New York. So for Lil Brim to make a public statement denying CJ's credibility was a major blow to the rapper's career.
Nigga, CJ, man, I ain't saying, listen, be careful doing this shit, man, because these niggas, man, this shit, music is the last thing on these niggas' mind, because just be careful doing this shit. If you gonna do it, man, pay homage, do what you gonna do, pay a fee, pay a fine, whatever you gotta do. Take that damn trademark off they shit, because these niggas, shit, from the sounds of it, these ain't niggas you want to fuck with.
So for Lil Brim to make a public statement denying CJ's credibility was a major blow to the rapper's career. Plus, it wasn't just Brim members taking shots at the rapper. Brooklyn rapper 22G's also came out and questioned CJ's street cred. In January 2021, 22G's tagged CJ on Instagram saying, @RealCJ giving me 6ix9ine vibes and boy from Staten Island, the safest borough in NYC. He also dropped a Whoopty remix called Goofy, where he took shots at CJ calling him a groupie who was just jacking the Brooklyn drill sound to make himself more popular. In interviews, 22G's made it clear that it wasn't real beef, but he had to address the situation because CJ ain't give respect to the originators of the sound that made him famous. CJ responded to 22G's with the track Hit Up, where he don't just diss the rapper, but take shots at his entire gang, the Gangsta Disciples. On the track, he raps, "I catch a blicky, man down in my city," referring to 22G's Blicky gang. And in the video, he's seen throwing up GDK, which means Gangsta Disciple Killer, the gang that 22G's is from. So not only is CJ starting beef with another rapper, he wants smoke with one of the biggest gangs in America too. Another popular Brooklyn drill rapper, Busy Banks, came out and said CJ jacked his bars and stole his whole flow. Busy posted on his Instagram story, "That CJ need to give me my credit, no cap. Jacking my lingo and flow, I'm tired of not getting the recognition I deserve. I started this new wave of drill rap. Let's talk about it." If you listen to the flow and lyrics on Hit Up, it sounds similar to Busy Banks' tracks Neo and Don't Start Part 2. So instead of earning people's respect, CJ was quickly making enemies. In September 2021, 22G's did an interview with No Jumper, where Adam 22 reveals that CJ was set to do an interview, but canceled at the last minute. The reason he canceled was because the person in charge of their social media posted something about the beef between him and CJ. So CJ got in his feelings and canceled the whole interview.
We had an interview booked with CJ. And then somebody on the social media team, they posted up
Whoopty.
22G's dissing CJ. They just posted about it because it's notable, it's news, you know, we're paying attention. We were all talking about it in the group chat, so they posted it. CJ interview canceled.
This was another L for the Staten Island rapper. He could have used the interview to tell his side of the story, but instead, he chose to stay quiet.
Not a good look.
CJ never really addressed the accusations that he's false claiming and stealing another rapper's style and flow.
Not a good
He
look.
also dropped another single that brings the same kind of buzz that Whoopty did. He dropped an EP in early 2021 called Loyalty Over Royalty, which was executive produced by French Montana, but none of the other songs made the same impact as Whoopty. Unless CJ can switch up his whole style and come back with a banger that puts him on the charts, it'll probably just be a one-hit wonder. Just like 6ix9ine, part of his appeal was his gang ties. But once the truth was exposed, fans just move on to the rappers who really live what they rap.
Now, what y'all think about it? I'm gonna ask y'all. Everybody got their own opinion. Like I said, I low-key I had funny vibes from him when I first reacted to him.
Peacock's the place to stream.
Shut the fuck up. Let me get on my Hollywood Don shit. Bitch, shut up. Or shut up, bitch. But damn, I'm gonna ask y'all, you know, sound off in the comments, man. You know, what y'all think? Y'all think CJ really affiliated like that? Or do y'all feel like he out here flossing? You know, it's a popular thing. That's the easiest way to obtain clout. You know, false claim a gang. You know, shit, it's dangerous, man. You see what happened with 6ix9ine. That shit ruined his fucking career. You know what I mean? But y'all sound off in the comments. Y'all think CJ really with it? As far as evidence go, and from the OGs, that nigga is not affiliated with them niggas whatsoever. From the decline interviews and trademark they shit. Come on now. It's a bad look, man. Link down below in the description for y'all to check this video out in its entirety, uninterrupted. Y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me on daily reaction videos, man. Hit that subscribe button for me to the next video. I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching MANIACITV. I'm out.
I ain't gotta do too much. I swear that these niggas, they be doing too much. I ain't gotta